This move, blind, starts as rain drizzles over the quiet city as a blind woman named Sua stands alone on the curb, her cane tapping softly against the wet pavement. The night hums with the faint noise of passing cars. She waits for a taxi, unaware that the man who stops to pick her up is a predator in disguise. Inside the car, the driver's calm voice hides something sinister. He offers her coffee, speaks kindly, even jokes about the weather. The road stretches endlessly until a loud thud jolts the car. He claims they've hit a dog, but Sua senses something darker in his tone. The silence that follows feels wrong. Later, she reports the strange ride to the police, but her words are brushed aside. To them, she's just a confused blind woman. Yet, in her heart, she knows someone screamed that night, and that sound will never leave her mind. The story rewinds to a crowded underground club where lights flash and bass shakes the floor. A dance battle rages, the crowd cheering wildly until the music halts. Police officer Sua storms in, pulling a young man off the floor, Dong Hyun, her rebellious younger brother. He snaps back at her, claiming she has no right to interfere. Their argument spills into the car, bitter words flying until a blinding truck light slams into them. Metal crushes, glass shatters, water rushes in as their car plummets off the bridge. Dong Hyun's voice fades into the night, and Sua awakens in a hospital bed, surrounded by darkness. She realizes she's lost not just her brother, but her sight forever. Years later, Sua moves through her small apartment, learning to navigate a world without vision. She listens to sounds, the hum of the fridge, the echo of her footsteps, the soft breathing of her guide dog Wisey. Her old police badge sits untouched on the shelf. Determined to reclaim her life, she visits her former superior, asking to rejoin the force. He smiles sadly, telling her it's impossible. She leaves quietly, hiding her disappointment behind her sunglasses. At home, simple tasks become daily battles. She burns her hand while cooking, spills food, then kneels to clean up with trembling fingers. In the silence, she whispers to Wisey, her only companion. Elsewhere in the city, another woman disappears in the rain. The same car, the same calm voice. The killer's pattern continues unnoticed. On a sunny morning, Sua visits the orphanage where she grew up. Children greet her warmly, and her foster mother, now elderly, gives her a gift, a small motion detector and a ticket to her brother's memorial dance event. Sua smiles faintly, refusing to go. "That part of me died with him," she says softly. As rain starts to fall, her mother offers her a ride home, but Sua insists she can manage. Hours later, she's still waiting at the bus stop when the familiar black car stops. She steps in, unaware it's the same man from before. The driver hums a tune as raindrops tap against the windshield. Suddenly, the car jolts again. This time, she hears a faint groan. When she demands to know what happened, he lies smoothly. It was just an animal. Her hand brushes against a strange stain near her seat, and dread settles in. She quietly activates the motion detector in her purse. When he notices, he snatches it away. Fear takes over as the night grows colder. The next morning, she reports everything to the police, describing the car's scent of disinfectant, the driver's left-handed grip, his firm tone. Detective Cho listens skeptically, but soon realizes her recollection is sharper than expected. He begins to think her blindness might be her greatest strength. Meanwhile, a delivery boy named Gi-sub approaches the police, claiming he saw the accident that night. He insists the car wasn't a taxi, but a foreign sedan. Sua, hearing his account, points out details he missed: the car's scent, the dashboard texture, the way the driver spoke. Slowly, they realize the horrifying truth. She had been inside the car that took the victim, and he had seen it happen without knowing. Together, they begin to trace the clues. Sua recalls the sound of the wipers, the model of the seatbelt click, the faint jingle of metal in the glove box. Gi-sub's memory adds fragments of the license plate. Detective Cho connects it all to a disgraced doctor named Mong Jin, once arrested for assaulting patients. That night, Sua receives a call from the killer. His voice is calm, almost playful. "You describe me so well," he says. "Are you imagining my face right now?" She freezes. He knows where she lives. Panic sets in, and she calls GI Sub for help. The next day, they're ambushed in the subway. Guided only by GI Sub's voice on the phone, she runs through the tunnels as the killer closes in. She sprays him with pepper spray, but not before he injects her with a syringe. Wisey leaps between them, attacking ferociously. The elevator doors close, separating them. When Sua wakes up in the hospital, Wisey is gone. Her heart breaks. Cho tells her the syringe contained anesthesia used in surgeries, confirming the killer's medical background. GI Sub refuses to leave her side, feeling guilty for not saving her dog. Together, they vow to stop Mong Jin. Meanwhile, Cho and his team discover a black Peugeot linked to Mong Jin's clinic. They raid it and find horrifying evidence: blood-stained tools, missing women's belongings, and one unconscious survivor. Before they can arrest him, Mong Jin escapes, stabbing Cho in the neck. At night, Sua returns to the orphanage, where her foster mother and children prepare to evacuate. GI Sub stays behind to watch over her. The rain pours again. The power flickers. Outside, the killer arrives. One by one, he silently kills the guards and cuts the lights. The music player turns on upstairs, echoing a lullaby. Sua senses danger instantly. Then a crash. The killer has entered. GI Sub tries to fight him but is stabbed. Sua drags him to safety, using her motion detector to track the killer's steps. She traps him in the bathroom, but he breaks free, shooting through the door. Flames spread as alcohol spills and ignites. The fire reflects off his burned face as he emerges like a ghost from the smoke. She hides behind the piano, holding her breath. He mocks her blindness, calling her useless. Then, in silence, she strikes, stabbing him with a screwdriver. He grabs her throat, forcing her against the wall. GI Sub, bleeding, leaps forward, knocking the killer down. Sua grabs a brick, striking until he lies still. The police arrive just as the fire consumes the building. Sua and GI Sub are pulled out together, barely conscious. Days later, Mong Jin's crimes fill the headlines, dozens of victims, all silenced under the guise of medical care. Months pass. The sun rises over the police academy courtyard. Sua stands in uniform, her eyes hidden behind dark glasses, her posture straight and proud. The commissioner pins a badge on her chest. Around her, applause echoes, and though she cannot see it, she smiles faintly. The same world that once took everything from her now welcomes her back. She walks forward, feeling the warmth of the sunlight on her face. The camera lingers as she tilts her head slightly upward, whispering softly, "I can see again, in my own way." And the movie concludes.